With the end of 2021, it's time to rank my top 10 favorite films of 2021. Kicking us off with number 10, we have 9 Days, a movie that is about the 9 days before you're born, and it's kind of like a trial to see if you're good enough to be in the real world, or like more original enough to be in the real world. I don't know. It was a very weird plot, but I really did love this movie. I loved the violin music, and yeah, I thought the story was quite original and hadn't been done before from what I've seen. So yeah, I just really loved 9 Days. Next up, we have Tick, Tick, Boom. Now, Tick, Tick, Boom is a Netflix movie starring Andrew Garfield and directed by Lin-Manuel Miranda. Can't say that name. But yeah, I thought this was a really good movie. Now, I'm not a big musical guy myself. I was in a couple musicals, if I do say so, and I think I was the main star. Really blew audiences away. No, I was a background piece of seaweed. But I do really enjoy Tick, Tick, Boom. Even though it is a musical, I think some of the musical notes inside of this weren't very good, but I appreciate Andrew Garfield. And I really hope that he wins Best Actor because he was brilliant inside of this movie. And I always have loved him ever since The Amazing Spider-Man. So I really do hope he wins. And I like this movie itself. It is really good. But without Andrew Garfield, it wouldn't be as high on this list. Anyways, next up, coming at number 8, we have The Harder They Fall. Now, The Harder They Fall is a neo-western that takes a lot, and I mean a lot, of inspiration from Quentin Tarantino's Django Unchained and The Hateful Eight. And I really like this movie. I really enjoyed it. And I haven't seen a western movie, and a good western movie, like a fun one too, in a long time. Since The Hateful Eight, I would say. So to see this after half a decade, or even more than half a decade, it's kind of fun, and I'm kind of sad we don't get more movies like this. Hopefully we get some more from the director. I forgot his name, but I can see him doing a lot of cool movies in the future. Maybe not western movies. Well, it has the end of the movie kind of pointed toward a sequel, but I'd rather not see a sequel from the director and see kind of a different movie. But oh well, I really did enjoy this movie. I thought it was very characteristic and fun, and the whole cast was great. I loved it. Next up, coming at number 7, we have King Richard. Now, King Richard is a movie starring Will Smith about tennis stars. Doesn't pique my interest when you say that, when anyone would say that to me, but this movie was really good. I really did love it. It's a very heartwarming movie, I must say, and yeah, I think if you're, as many people, a lot of people have said, this is probably the most heartwarming and good feeling movie they've seen all year. And I would say the same. I really did love this movie. And the best thing about it is it's a true story. So yeah, it's just a really great movie. Next up, coming at number 6, we have The Green Knight. Now, an A24 movie. I love A24 movies, just to state it. I think all of them have done a wicked job, except First Cow. I kind of lost interest in that one. But all the other ones I've really liked. And The Green Knight, it was top tier. I love The Green Knight. I have it on DVD over there. It was just such a good movie. The visual effects were great for like a $5 million budget. I have no clue how it's not going to be nominated, but oh well. And the costume design, like everything about it, just the whole way this movie was constructed and the way that it looks is out of this world. I did love this movie so much. Maybe it doesn't have the greatest plot, but it is an adventure movie, and I just love the style and look of this movie. Coming at number 5, we have Don't Look Up. Now, Don't Look Up is a movie directed by Adam McKay, and it kind of reflects on us as a society. And this movie is just, it's just a fun movie, but a sad movie at the same time. Because it's pointing fun at us and like showing us who we really are. And yeah, like everything inside of this movie was perfect and exactly like what we do. it's a movie that's so true that I think that's what kind of wrecked it for some people, and they don't like that about the movie, which is why I love this movie. I love that this movie made people mad, and I do actually really hope that this wins Best Picture, because it's just reflecting us as a society, and I think that is awesome. Adam McKay just, like, he put humor in there too to make it all fun and lighthearted, but when you think about it, it's not that lighthearted. Anyways, moving on to number 4, we have Zack Snyder's Justice League. Wow, I mean, seriously, no one expected this movie to ever come out, at least, like, not for 20 years, but here we are, and Zack Snyder's Justice League is out, and it's awesome. This movie is wicked in every single way. I loved it. I love the style. There's a lot of slow-mo. I believe 24 minutes of slow-mo, but I think that's Zack Snyder for you. This movie worked so well, and it felt so different from, like, what Marvel does. It's a dark superhero team-up tale, and I love that so much. I just thought, like, everything about this movie was, like, perfect in the sense of comic book movie and just a movie in general. I loved it so much, and there's some sequences that I just, like, will keep on rewatching, especially Superman getting his black suit and the Flash reversing time scene. I mean, both of those just phenomenal. Coming at 3rd place, we have Pig. Now, a movie that people don't really know about, but I did love this movie, and I'm so glad I got to see it in theaters. This movie really surprised me. At first, coming out of the movie theater, I'm like, okay, it was pretty good. But after a while, this movie grows on me more and more, and it just becomes, at one point, it was my favorite movie of the year. This movie just, it's more than just Nicolas Cage finding his pig. That's what the premise is, but there's just so much more inside of it, and I don't want to give any of it away, because I think everyone, and I mean everyone, should watch this movie. It was so brilliant. By far Nicolas Cage's best role inside of a movie. And best performance, I mean. But this movie just really surprised me, and really, really good. I did love it. It was like John Wick, but with emotion, you know? It just worked. Coming at number 2, Spider-Man No Way Home. I'm surprised to see this on the list even, because Marvel has had a pretty rough time over this year. And when I say rough, I mean rough. They've been pretty woke. Except for Spider-Man No Way Home. Now, Spider-Man No Way Home has its flaws. But a lot of the movies that I love have their flaws. And it goes for a lot of movies, yeah. And Spider-Man No Way Home has a lot of flaws. And a lot of things that I don't like. But then it has those payoffs at the end of the movie. And just the last 2 acts just really... They really just hit you, you know? It works. This movie works well. And saying that they did the impossible by bringing back some of our favorite characters in all of cinema and putting them inside of one 2-hour and 20-minute movie, it's amazing that that worked. Anyways, coming at number 1, we have the Suicide Squad. Now, I was debating whether Spider-Man was better than the Suicide Squad, but then I'm like, Spider-Man, you know, it's a Marvel movie. And some of the bigger ones feel the same. Spider-Man, I love it, but the Suicide Squad just resonates with me more. I just really did love it in every single way. All the characters to me work so well, and especially Peacemaker, which is my favorite character of the crew. I can't wait to see his show. I'm so excited, but the Suicide Squad just worked in a different way for me. I don't know, like, to me, it's pretty damn rare, and, well, yeah, just in Hollywood in general, it's pretty damn rare that we get a rated R superhero movie that works. We've seen Kick-Ass. We've seen The Kingsman, the first one, and now we got Suicide Squad, and it just worked up, like, 5 minutes into the movie, I'm like, this is my movie. I love this so much. When I first saw, like, the costume design, like, those leaked set photos, I'm like, this is my movie. I love this. And after seeing the movie, I don't know how many times, I just love it. Like, there's no denying this is one of my favorite movies of all time. It's so good, and the people who say, like, oh, this should be PG-13, it shouldn't. That, like, the idea of the Suicide Squad is gory, and when you just put a PG-13, they shoot someone, and dust, they cut away, and you just see some dust come out. No blood. But in this, it works so well, because you got Peacemaker chopping people's heads off, and then, like, Bloodsport, like, shooting people in the brains, and you just see them splatter on the ground. I don't know. This movie's weird how it works, but James Gunn really did pull this off, and I love it so much. Anyways, tell me your guys' list down in the comment section below. Thanks for watching, and see ya!